skill to possess. Now, the process of communication gets people together. Let's understand, usually in the process of communication, there is one sender and one receiver. Now, one should also understand the types of communication that is out there. There is verbal communication, there is non-verbal communication, decisions. We need to increase managerial efficiency with the process of communication. We can improve leadership skills with business communication. We can improve the morale of the employee. We can improve the public relation of the organization. So let's understand what is the definition of business communication. Business communication is the study of all aspects of organizational operation and information networking systems that takes place in the most complex and changing business world, distinctly affected by scientific and technological innovations. Before we go ahead and dive in depth of business communication, let's understand what is the objectives of business communication. First and foremost is to disseminate information. Information is nothing but a so crucial set of data that is out there that has to go to the right people at the right time at the right consistent pace. The second one is to promote interpersonal relations between and among communicators. When we talk about the same with respect to a business, we're talking about stakeholders, both internal and external, to convey the message or messages from one to another. Again, efficiently sending out those informations or communication, with reference to any decision that an organization takes. The next one is to make other receivers understand the message conveyed. Understanding as a receiver is also, in the area of perspective, prejudice. So it's very important that the receiver understand the message conveyed by the sender in the message entails what the organization is all about. Response, it is nothing but what is the output of the whole process of communication. Channel or medium is nothing but the mode in which the communication has been passed out. Now let's understand ways of communicating effectively at work. First is listening. There is a profound importance of listening properly. You need to listen with an intent to understand. Paying attention to body language. As I said earlier, there are non-verbal, gestures that is very important to pass on to. You have to understand when you're talking about body language, you have to look into the eyes of the person when you start a communication process. Consider preference of means of communication. Some people would not appreciate a handshake. So you need to understand what is the preference of that particular group of people in an organization with reference to communication. Don't be too casual. As simple as that. You're talking about business. You're talking about, making those strategic decision making. You cannot be casual with those decisions. So it's very important that you have a professional agenda when you go ahead and make those, conversations happen. Check your grammar. Very important. A punctuation, a comma, a full stop. Apostrophe. All these makes a major difference of communicating the content in the right meaning. Keeping criticism constructive. Understand, in an organization, we are dealing with people. It's very important to keep up the morale of the people. We need to make sure all our, feedbacks, all our communication is constructive. Last but not the least, restate what you hear. It is nothing but a basic process of repeating what you heard. What will this process do is make sure that you have construed what is correctly sent out by the sender. Now, let's look into the role of business communication. First one is communicating with one or many. You have to understand, in an organization, your role is not just speaking to your managers or your leadership. You are involving, you're interacting with both individuals and groups equally. So you have to understand how do you do the dynamics with an individual communication, the dynamics with a group communication. Business innovation. Business innovation, as the saying goes, you don't hire smart people and tell them what to do. You have to understand. business innovation to happen, proper communication is the key. New product development. Again, creativity is in the picture. So you need to ensure that there is equal and unbiased allowance to the communication channel to exist in an organization. Shaping company morale. Again, communication is the base for motivation. Sales and marketing.